Right off the bat, guys, I'm going to say that later on in the video, when I'm actually flying out the controllers and testing them, I had to cut out a bunch of clips because the PS4 is unable to render a video longer than 60 minutes. So I cut out a bunch of sections where I'm flying the plane, testing the controllers. The controllers should work. Just watch the video in its entirety and make all the corrections that I myself made. Hey, hello guys, and welcome back with another video. And this one will be the long requested PS4 controller setup for PS4 only. No keyboard, only PS4 controller. This has been requested many times, but yesterday somebody requested me that I do this one more time, and I said, I said that I would have it done by tomorrow, so I'm making it tonight, and it's been a long day, so I'm tired. I'm trying to get it done quickly. But I will do the best I can to set it up as reliably as possible. Anyways, please check the description. In the description, I will link you every single important section that you need to know. Okay, so here comes the first section. Disclaimer number 1. The left D-pad on the controller, I will reserve for using manual engine controls. The bottom D-pad of the controller, I will reserve to use anything or to enable the usability of any other functions other than manual engine controls. So just remember, left D-pad and bottom D-pad, those will be used to enable certain control setups. Left D-pad, manual engine controls, bottom D-pad, anything else other than manual engine controls. So I'm gonna take my little favorite aircraft here. I haven't flown this thing yet, so I'm gonna do it on this one. But anyways, hang on. Before I start, I need to check something because I was about to record and I had a problem with this. Yeah, this is gonna be an issue. Hang on. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there. I have to have this set, otherwise I won't be able to. I won't be able to use the menu. Okay. Ignore that. That's not important. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start a test flight so that we can start setting up the controllers correctly. Okay. And obviously you can skip this part to the next section. The first section will be, okay, you know what? They're in order. They are in order. Just go through the description. Just look for section 1, okay? Okay, so we're already in here, we're set. Section 1 starts now. So let's go into the controls. The first thing you're gonna do, go to aircraft. We're already on aircraft. Now you need to navigate on this bar up here. We need to make sure that we set it for full real controls. The first section is the control mode. So we're gonna work on the control modes real quick. And for control mode, we're gonna have it for, just leave it at relative control. Virtual instructor, that's off. You cannot use virtual instructor in full simulator battles. Auto trim, off. You cannot use that either. Toggle control mode, you cannot use this either. Toggle SAS mode. This is important. This is the stabilizer function of your aircraft. In other words, the AFCS of the aircraft, automatic flight control system. We need to use this. So for this, you're gonna do a combination of 2 buttons. I want you to use the down D-pad and the little touch screen. There, down D-pad plus the touch screen. That's gonna be how we will be activating the manual, or I'm sorry, not the manual, the AFCS for stabilization. Okay, or the SAS mode, sorry. All right, section number 2. This is going to be weaponry. So this is very simple. Small caliber guns, L1. That's easy. Large caliber guns, R1. Additional guns, R1. Don't worry about this one. Open bomb bay door. For this one, you're going to do a combination. To open the bomb bay door, you're going to hit down D-pad and X. To drop the bomb, X. Fire rocket. You're going to use triangle for that. Fire air to ground missile. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little trickier. Fire air to ground missile, we're going to use down D-pad plus the L1 button. Remember, the L1 button is used for small caliber guns. However, if you combine it with down D-pad plus the L1, okay, you press the down D-pad first and then the L1 button, your guns will not fire just the air to ground missile. Fire air to air missile. This one's simple too. Down D-pad and R1. Easy. Notice how they're kind of similar to the guns, right? Smaller caliber guns, L1. Air to ground, L1. Plus the down D-pad, of course. Large caliber guns, R1. Air to air missile, down D-pad plus R1. Weapon lock. For this one, you will be using down D-pad plus the triangle. Firing flares. For this one, you're going to use down D-pad plus L2 and R2. And you got to remember this, guys. You just got to practice with them. That's it. It's a lot of combinations, but it's just how it's going to be. Maybe we can reconfigure the fire flares button. Check the description, okay? If I don't say it now, maybe I'll say it later on, you know, hey, change this. But just if you don't want to have to wait the entire video, pause it right now and check the description and see if anything says change of fire flares button, okay? I will specify everything in the description. For now, we're going to leave it like that. Yaw axis for aimed weapons, okay? And pitch axis for aimed weapons, for weapon aiming. If you don't know what this is for the air-to-ground missile. It's also for some air-to-air missiles. I know the French have some of the air-to-air missiles that you control using the little the joystick of your controller, or you know, directional controls. And for this one can be a little bit complicated because you can't just use the stick. All right, so for this one, what we're gonna do, and this is gonna be risky because you're gonna have to take your hand off of the left stick, which you're going to be used for flying. So for the yaw axis for aimed weapons, we're gonna click on this, and you're gonna hit square so that you can auto detect axis, and your right stick. Again, your right stick. Move it left and right. Okay, and now you have to enable the axis. To enable the axis, you're going to use down D-pad. Down D-pad enables the axis for manual aiming for missiles or any other form of weaponry that you can fire and manually control from the plane. You're gonna enable it with the down D-pad and aim it with the right stick. I'll show you how that works in the game. That's it. You don't really need a dead zone. Well, actually, yeah, you can put a dead zone of 0.15. Dead zone of 0.15, and that's it. Yes. I want you to keep in mind when we're setting up this yaw axis for aim weapons and axes and things like that, we will need to do some testing on those, okay? So just follow through the video on that, okay? It's possible that this configuration may not work for air-to-ground weapons that are manually controlled. So we're just going to have to come back and fix it, okay? If it doesn't work. So yeah, these ones require testing. Now do the same for the pitch. The pitch is just up and down. So just move the right stick up and down and make sure you hit the enable axis. The same button, down D-pad, just click add. Okay? Remember 0.15 for the dead zone and leave everything else as it is. Okay, switch radar on off. I feel like I shouldn't get into this just yet. It's a little too early for this, and we have way too many controls to set up. I need you guys to keep in mind that this is going to be a little bit limited, okay? Because it's a PS4 controller. You only have so many buttons. We can't set everything up, so you need to understand that, okay? That's why I use a keyboard on the computer. I'm not going to touch this right now. I'll come back to it later after I have set up the other controls. So if you want to see this section, just look it up on the description section, okay? All right. Okay. I have to make sure that okay, hang on. Sorry guys, my mic can cut out at times, so I have to make sure that I always check my mic and make sure that it's reading input. Okay, next section will be main control axes. So go to main control axes. I don't know why I'm saying that. We're going through it right now, but I'm just saying this for the description reference so I can correctly mark it. Okay, we're not going to use any of this. Mouse wheel multiplier, you guys don't have a mouse. Hang on a second, guys. My mic is... Okay, there you go. All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat this in case my mic wasn't picking up the sound. Okay. If you didn't hear this, again, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to go through this quickly, okay? Okay. The radar controls, switching radar on off, all of this stuff. I'm not gonna touch it because I'm not gonna touch it right now. I'm gonna look at it later. Simply because there are not enough control or buttons on the PS4 controller, and yeah, I'm gonna set up everything else, and then maybe I'll come back to this later. So to check how to fix up your radar and ballistic computer, please go to the description, and if there's something there for that, then look at it. If not, then that means I didn't do that section, okay? Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next section, main control axes. You guys don't have a mouse, so don't worry about that. Throttle axis, this is simple. You're not gonna use an actual axis, you're just gonna use a button. Maximum value, square. Minimum value, circle. Okay? You're gonna control your speed with these two buttons. You don't need a dead zone. Relative control is on. Relative control sensitivity, you want to put this down to 40% because actually 30%. Because if you hold the button, either square or circle, the speed will gradually go up and down, and you want that change to be slow. Relative control step, you want to set this up to be 30 because every time you click the control or the button, the speed will go up by 30%. That's how I have it on, or that's how I have it on a lot of my videos. If you guys look at them, you're gonna see that the speed actually goes up every 30%. Okay, that's it. Just copy these settings, and you should be good. And remember, we're gonna do some testing on this, and we might modify some of these things as we go. Hold throttle for web? No. Roll axis, this is easy. We're gonna use a left stick to roll. Make sure you hit square to auto detect axis. Turn your left stick left and right. Dead zone, well, you want to put a dead zone of 0.15. Nonlinearity, leave it at 1. Trust me, you do not want to add nonlinearity. Multiplier, leave it at 1. That's it for this one. Pitch axis. This one is important. Square, hit the square, and then move the left stick up and down. The next thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you put the same dead zone, okay? Remember that. Nonlinearity, leave it as it is. Invert axis, yes. Now, for the multiplier, if you guys are beginners, I'm assuming you are, a lot of you, but if you are beginners, you need to make sure that you don't need to, but I highly recommend that you put the multiplier down to like 0.8. This is going to help you not spin out every time you do a maneuver. All right, this is going to slow down your maneuverability slightly, just enough so that you can't spin out. I mean, you're still going to spin out if you just hold back the stick, but it's not going to be as brutal. Once you get more experience with that setting, increase it back up. just play with a multiplier until you feel comfortable. On the pitch axis only. Please, for the love of God. Pitch axis only. Do not modify the multiplier for anything else. Just the pitch axis. But I recommend 80% if you're a beginner. If you're not a beginner, you can leave it at 1. Yaw Axis. This is fairly simple. Hit the square to auto-detect, and what you want to do is you want to press both. The left trigger and the right trigger. In my case, it's doing something weird. So just hit R1 here and select it manually. You want to do R plus L. Remember, R plus L. Not L trigger or R trigger. You want to do R plus L trigger. Right plus left. That's the only way it's going to work. And then you can test it here. You can move them and you can see that it works. Dead zone. Here, you want the dead zone to be 0 because these buttons are triggers, not your sticks. Dead zone here can be 0. That's it. You don't need to change anything else in here. That is all good. Now for the sensitivities. Roll sensitivity, you can put that at 50 or the closest to 50. Pitch sensitivity, if you're a beginner, even if you're experienced, I honestly just suggest you to put this either at 20 or 0. This does not mean that you can't move. Oh, by the way, yaw sensitivity, definitely put it really low and then gradually increase it as you get comfortable. But pitch sensitivity, all sensitivity means is a small delay on your control input. So if you pull your controller, for example, like all the way back, if you have it at full sensitivity, the second you move your stick, it responds in the game. However, if you set the delay or the sensitivity to 0, when you pull your stick full back, it's going to gradually, pull back until it's pulling back fully. It's not going to be as slow gradually. It's going to be pretty fast, but it's just going to allow you to make better corrections. As you get comfortable, you can increase the sensitivity. I'm not going to invert the y-axis for the aircraft because we already did it on the pitch axis. However, we're going to test it. If the pitch is inverted, just take this option off. We'll see how we do that. Force feedback multiplier. I never understood what this was. I just always left it at 50 and it works fine for me. All right, we're done with that section. We're going to move on to the mechanization section. Okay. So mechanization. Ignite boosters. For this one, I always use, oh crap, I forgot what I used for this one. Okay. To ignite the boosters, you're going to go ahead and you're going to use, they're boosters. You're not always going to use boosters. Right now, there's only a handful of planes that have boosters, and it's relatively easy to use it, and usually not in critical situations. So to use the boosters, I want you to hit left. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Down D-pad, not left. Down D-pad. Plus, you're going to press the left stick in. Press the left stick in. So down D-pad plus the left stick. Toggle flaps. Okay, normally on the computer, I use down flaps and flaps up. However, we have a very limited amount of controller settings here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys to just use toggle flaps. You're going to use the right D-pad for that. Okay, toggle air brake. To toggle the air brake, you're going to use both L2 and R2. There is a combination that we did when we used down D-pad plus L2 and R2. And I believe that was the flares. It's up here. I believe it was flares. Yeah. Yep. Fire flares. But if you don't use the down D-pad, it activates the spoiler or air brake. Toggle gear. That's easy. Everybody has it to up D-pad, I believe, on PS4. Left brake. This is very important. Maximum value. All you have to do, set it to the circle and click add. Yes, we already set it to the throttle down button. And that's fine because when you slow down, you also want to apply the brakes. At least with a PS4 controller you do. Go ahead and set the dead zone to 0. Right brake, exact same thing for the right brake. You want to do 0 or the circle. Okay, and then click add. Make sure you put the dead zone to 0 and that's it. You're done. Drag chute. I have not set this one up on PS4 before, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to set this one to. And I think I will tell you to use yikes, I'm running out of stuff, guys. Okay, for the drag chute, I'm gonna have you guys use okay, use down D-pad plus the circle. There you go. Down D-pad plus the circle. That should work. And it also helps you remember because you slow down with the circle, right? You apply brakes with the circle, you also slow down power with the circle, and now you simply just apply the drag chute with down D-pad plus the circle. Gunners, yikes. Okay, I'm not gonna touch the gunners now. Please check the description for that. If I didn't add anything on the description for the gunners, that means I did not touch it. And you guys are just gonna have to set this one on your own. Figure out what combination works for you, and you know, play with it. And if that doesn't work, then worst case scenario, you guys can message me on YouTube, and I'll try my best to figure out a combination for you and help you out. Okay, we're not gonna touch the gunners. Next is camera controls. This is incredibly important. Probably the most important thing in here. Okay, toggle view controls. I can't remember what you guys have it set to on PS4 naturally. For the camera controls, I want you guys to do down D-pad plus the options key. Okay? That may look weird and it also may not work, but I want to try it. All right? The next thing is the most important thing. The head control, okay? This is important. View in battle air X-axis. Click on that. Click the square and then hit your move your right stick left and right. This is the right stick, left and right. Click the square again to disable auto detect, and now you need to make sure you put the dead zone to 0.15 to eliminate any error on your controller. Hit relative control. This is going to allow your head to remain set in one direction without resetting back to the front, and then leave everything else as it is. Now, you need to do something else. Reset axis value. Click on that, and you are going to press the right stick in R3. Every time you press R3, your view resets directly to the front. Best way to reset your view forward. Okay, so we got that set. Exit out, and if it says this, just say add. View battle or view in battle air Y axis. In this one, you're going to hit the square and you're going to go up and down. That's it. Hit the square again. Next thing, dead zone 0.15. Next thing, relative control. Next thing, reset axis value. Same button, R3. Just click add. That's it. You're done. You can always modify the multiplier later on to whatever you're more comfortable with. You guys figure that out on your own. You know, if it's too slow, increase the multiplier. If it's too fast, decrease the multiplier. By the way, make sure that the X-axis and Y-axis multiplier match perfectly. Click add, and you're done with the camera controls. That's it. Next, miscellaneous, guys. I am going to completely skip. I don't care about smoke. You shouldn't either. It's simulator battles. If you want to set up the smoke, you can come up with a combination yourself for the smoke. I don't know. Just come up with something fancy like, I don't know, 4 buttons at once or something. So I'm not going to touch the miscellaneous. I'm leaving this to you guys. You can come up with a button combination for that. Aiming. I don't think there's anything to be controlled in here. I'm gonna leave that as it is, and then I'm gonna, at the end of the video, just check the description to see if I added anything for miscellaneous, aiming, and mouse joystick. Actually, there's no mouse joystick. Okay, so those three things: mouse joystick, aiming, and miscellaneous. Check the description. If I have nothing there for these three categories, then don't worry about it. I didn't do anything for them. Okay, next thing is trimming. Extremely important. First thing, we're going to go ahead and set up the elevator trim. And now I'm really running out of buttons. Okay, so for the elevator trim, we're going to set it up by using the combination of the down D-pad plus moving the left stick up down for the elevator, and then left right for the aileron trim. It's a little weird because you're going to have to let go of your control on the right side, press the down D-pad with your left hand, and with your right hand move the left stick to control this. You're going to have to do it that way. Again, PS4 controller doesn't have enough buttons, so I'm really working to get this set up for you guys. Elevator trim. All right. Dead zone, same. 0.15. If you see that you're not touching your button and the trim is somehow getting set every time you press the down D-pad, then that means that your stick is a little bit overused and you need to increase the dead zone a little more. So that just so that it doesn't detect no movement. In fact, right off the bat, I want to set the dead zone to 0.3. Okay, set it to 0.3, just because I want to make sure that some people that have overused controllers, their little joystick's not just gonna modify the trim just when you press down D-pad. Anyways, okay. Hit the hit the square button to activate the axis, and then left stick up and down. This is the same movement we use for pitch, but don't worry, we're going to enable the axis by hitting the down D-pad. There we go. Hit add, down D-pad enables the axis for the left stick. That's gonna allow you to move the trim up and down. Reset axis value, simple. Down D-pad, and then you want to hit the left stick inside. Ah, shit. Sorry, guys. Hit the left stick inside. All right. And then assign to ignite boosters. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry. You can't do that. We already set that to ignite the boosters. Okay, that's fine. Down D-pad. And then hit the right stick inside. Okay, that's gonna be a little confusing. Okay, so leave it off for now, or leave it off for now. We're gonna fix it. Okay, don't worry, leave it off for now. We're gonna come back to it in a minute. Okay, you need to activate relative control settings. Relative control sensitivity, take this down to the minimal, 10%. Relative control step, 0. You don't need that. All right, that's it. We're done here for now. Hit circle. And now I need you guys to go back up real quick. Let's go back up all the way. Please bear with me, guys. Setting up the controllers is a trial and error kind of thing. And, I'm trying to help you guys here. So bear with me. It's going to take a little bit of work. So, you have to put yourself through it. All right, so what did we say it was the boosters, right? The boosters. Where are the boosters at? The boosters are here. Ignite boosters. I want to change this to be the right stick. Okay, so down button, down D-pad plus the right stick. Delete that and then do down D-pad plus the right stick instead. It makes more sense because it's gonna allow us to, fix the trim by just using the left stick. That way you guys don't have to remember so many different things. All right, so let's go back in here, elevator trim axis, and you want to reset the axis value by hitting down D-pad plus the left stick. There you go, and that's it. All right, close it out and do the same thing for the aileron trim axis. The only difference will be that it's going to be left and right. So left and right, enable, it's going to be the down D-pad, hit add, reset, same button, down D-pad plus the left stick, add, and put a 3 for the dead zone. Relative control, yes. Relative control sensitivity down to 0 or at 10%, which is the minimal. And that's it. We're done. These two guys are set. Rudder trim axis. I never ever use this in War Thunder, so I'm not gonna help you guys set that up. I don't think there's a need. Manual engine controls. This is the big boy stuff, alright? Alright, so I haven't done this in a while, so bear with me here too. Okay, this is where we're going to use the left D-pad. Again, we will be using the left D-pad, not the down D-pad. Anything that has to do with manual engine controls, get it in your head. Left D-pad to enable the axis. Alright? Engine control mode. You're going to do left D-pad plus the touchscreen. Ah, shit. Okay. Left D-pad plus the touchscreen. Toggle the engine, left D-pad plus the square. Okay? Get it? Because the square, you power up, you know. Square is throttle up, circle is throttle down. So toggle the engine, left D-pad, square. I'm trying to make relations here. Okay. To enable, all right, to use the mixture, okay, hang on, let me see. Okay. Radiator and oil radiator are both going to have the same stick setting. I'm thinking of setting it up with sticks. And then the propeller pitch, I'm gonna have you control it with the left stick. And then the mixture is not something you're gonna use a lot, so I'm gonna use some other button for the mixture. Okay, let's use the mixtures, and I want you to use the left and right trigger, so R plus L again. However, we're gonna enable the axis using the left D-pad. This enables the axis, so you won't be able to use the mixture unless you hold the left D-pad and then apply left and right triggers to manipulate the mixture. Obviously, left D-pad plus the right trigger is going to increase the mixture. Left D-pad plus the left trigger is going to decrease the mixture. Dead zone, you don't want one. Actually, yeah, you want one. Put a 0.15. Nonlinearity, leave it as it is. Relative control setting, you need this. And you want to set it to the minimal. 20% actually. 20% is good. And that's it. If it's too fast, lower it. If it's too slow, increase it. You can manipulate the sensitivities to your liking. I'm recommending 20. We'll test it in the game. Propeller pitch. All right, we're gonna fix the propeller pitch with the left stick again. Up and down to increase the propeller pitch. However, you have to enable the axis. We're going to use the left D-pad. Left D-pad enables the axis. Left stick manipulates it. And yes, you want a dead zone. The dead zone for this, please make it 3. The propeller pitch is a risky thing to use in German planes, for example. If you put your propeller pitch too high, it's gonna kill your engine. No warning. You won't get a warning. So I tend to never use manual engine controls with German planes. Only for the generator. The radiators. The radiators, you can open them up all the way or close them down all the way, however you like. Okay, now relative control step, set to yes, and take this to 20. That's it. Toggle auto propeller pitch. Left D-pad plus the left stick inside. Remember, we manipulate the propeller pitch by using left D-pad plus the left stick up and down. Whoops, up and down. And we want to enable either automatic or manual by simply pressing the left stick inside. All right. Radiator. The radiator, both of them, we're going to control with the exact same button settings. This is how I've always done it. All right. So radiator, we're going to use the right stick. Hit the square, up, down. You want to enable the axis with the left D-pad. Click add. Dead zone, 3. Relative control, yes. Take this to 20. That's it, you're done. Copy the exact same thing for the oil radiator. Exactly the same. Literally the same. Oh, whoops, it was up and down. And then left D-pad. That's it. Put this on 3. And then relative control, say yes. And then relative control sensitivity, take this to 20. And that's it. You're done. There you go. Now you want to enable it with the left D-pad and the right stick. So this toggles the automatic or manual. RPM controller turbocharger. I never not once used this. However, up to you guys. If you guys want to, okay, you know what? I'm just going to make up a button for it. RPM controller turbocharger. Again, I've never used it, so just a heads up. Maximum value, I want you to do R1. Click add. Minimum value, L1. Click add. Enable the axis again with the left D-pad. Click add. Dead zone, 0. We're using a button, so no dead zone. Relative control, yes. Relative control sensitivity, the minimal, because we're using buttons, so you need to be very precise. Relative control step, set this to 1. The reason we're setting this to 1 is because if you hold left D-pad and click either L1 or R1, the percent goes by 1 only. Okay? So this allows you to increase the percentage by 1 every time. In fact, let's do 5%. Every time you click it, it goes up 5% or down 5%. If you hold it, it goes up slowly, 1 by 1. All right? If it's too slow, you can lower the multiplier, I guess. If it's too fast, leave the multiplier at 1 and just, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. If it's too slow, you can increase the sensitivity and leave the multiplier at 1. If it's too fast, lower the multiplier and leave it at 10%. And then I think that's it. Yeah, and now you can do toggle automatic turbocharger. Easy. We're just going to do left D-pad and then hit both L1 and R1. There you go. Relations, guys. Relations. Look, see how I have them set up? Relations. See? Oil radiator. All of these buttons are related. Propeller pitch. These 2 buttons are related. Mixture. It's just mixture. And toggle the engine. Everything's related in some form. Toggle the supercharger. This is important on planes like Top 152 or P-47s. They have superchargers. You're gonna do left D-pad and let's do triangle. Left D-pad and the triangle. That's it for engine controls, guys. I don't use any of these things. The magneto positions, I never use this. So I'm not gonna help you set that up because I don't even know how to set it up. I've never used it before, so I'm not gonna use it now. Okay? And that's it. We did everything, now we just have to test. However, there is one more thing you need to do. On the top, hit the right stick to the right to navigate to common. Right here, you're gonna set up your map, okay? So, I don't know how you guys do this. Okay, if you guys already had these 2 buttons set up and you want to use my button settings, you're either gonna have to change something I already told you to do, or you're gonna have to relearn how to activate the map and the statistics, okay? So I'm going to make one small modification here. For the map, you're going to use the touch screen. You're going to use the touch screen to activate the map. Oh boy, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Hang on. I think that's a bad idea. I really ran out of buttons, guys. Holy shit. Okay, I know what to do. For the map, for the tactical map, you're gonna hit the touch screen, and then you're gonna hit L1. For statistics, you're gonna hit the touch screen and R1. This is going to allow you to, or actually, you know what? Statistics, touchpad, and then L2. There you go. This is going to allow you to Alright. Sorry about that. Like I said, my mic tends to cut out. If there's nobody talking to me or there's no sound playing, the mic is gonna cut out. So I gotta make sure I catch that. Okay. By setting it like this, it's gonna allow you to use the stick in case you need to use the map. You hit the touchpad, and then you hit L1, and then you can still use the left stick to mark something on the map. If you have to use the right stick to mark something on the map, then just alternate them to the other side. That's it. We'll see how it works in the game. The chat, oh Jesus, I don't even know how you guys are gonna use the chat. You know what? Figure out a combination to use a chat. You guys can do it. Just make a weird combination of your controller that works for you. Okay? If I do that, it's gonna take forever. So either that or use a keyboard. Don't know what that is. Don't use that at all. Don't use that at all for planes. Don't use that at all. Okay, this is important. View controls, okay? Here, you need to be able to have the zoom camera, right? For this, you're gonna use the left stick. That's it, just standalone left stick. If you push the left stick inside, it's gonna allow you to zoom in, to aim, basically. It's important. Camera smoothness, yeah, you want this at like at least 50%. Sensitivity and zoom, take it to 50. And take these guys to somewhere around 20. That's it. That's it. All of this is done. If you want, you can set up view in hanger, x-axis. I guess you can do the left stick, left and right. I mean the right stick, sorry. And then view in axis. This is quick though. There's not much anything you can do with it. This is just the camera in the hanger. That's it. Zoom in hanger. This is up to you guys. I really don't give a shit what you set this up to. R plus L. I don't know. It's not important. You're not gonna use that to fly. Voice messages, this is usually something important. You might want to do something like, you know, a combination here. That's up to you guys. I'm leaving that up to you. That's not important. All right, we're done. The only thing you have to do now is simply save it. So hit R1 and save it. And I created these things a long time ago, so I had to make a new one for you guys. So I'm just going to call this one YouTube. That's it. Hit square, save it, and now we're on to testing. Yeah, that's fine. Down D-pad plus the two triggers will actually activate your flares. Now, notice that the trim is having some issues. Whenever I hit the down D-pad, my trim goes crazy. There it goes, trimming. Down D-pad plus the left stick up and down will set the trim. Let's pull the dead zone up. And let's do the same thing for this one. Let's test it now. Okay, it's still doing it. Okay, there you go. You can reset the trim. So resetting the trim works down D-pad plus the center stick. However, it looks like it's not being set. All right. Okay. Remember, guys, testing. Okay, it's a tedious process, but it's how it's got to be done. Okay, so let's see what's wrong with the trim. Left stick up and down moves the trim. That's not working. So let's go ahead and take this off. And let's increase the value of the trim by... I want to do... Okay, that's not... No. Okay, let's do down D-pad plus the square to increase the trim, and down D-pad plus... Actually, I don't know, guys. That's not looking too good right now. Okay, my stick may not be working properly. I think that might be the issue. So I'm gonna test it out by simply switching the trim to the other key, okay? So I'm gonna make my trim, instead of being the left stick, I'm gonna make it the right stick. That actually is not a good idea. Never mind, guys. I really don't have much option here. Holy crap. I can't make it the right stick because that's what I'm using to control the weapons that are manually controlled. I really hope this is working for you guys. I think I actually might leave it like that, and you guys are gonna have to let me know if your trim is working or not. I can't use down D-pad plus triangle and X because I already set those buttons to something else. I can't use down D-pad plus... Oh, guy. That's not... No. Stop. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like this. Man, I don't want to leave it like that because... I don't know. It might not work for some of you guys. Okay, let me try it one more time. I don't know why that's not working here. It works on the PC. Okay, yeah. It looks like... Yeah. Alright, never mind, guys. Never mind. It does work. I'm sorry. Holy hell. Yeah, it does work. I'm so sorry. Okay. I feel like shit now. Okay. The reason that it was doing that is because you need to hold it. The sensitivity is too slow. I haven't done this in a while. The sensitivity is way too slow. So what you need to do is you need to increase the sensitivity to maybe 50%. Alright, that's going to improve it. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to keep the value of access disabled, okay? Please, keep value of disabled access. This is necessary. And the reason it is necessary is because every time you let go of the enabling the access button, it's going to reset it to 0, and that's not good. Like I said, testing, guys. Testing. See? Now it works. Now it works perfectly. Now you can set your trim. You can move it up. You can move it down. You can move it left, right for the ailerons. You can fix the sensitivity how you like it. And if you want to reset it, just hit left and then click. It's too slow. Our sensitivity is too slow. That's fine. All we have to do is navigate down here to the manual engine controls. Pitch. And from 20, 50. 50 is the golden spot, I guess. Pretty much for all of them. So set it to 50, guys. There you go. Sensitivity, 50. Sensitivity, 50. That's it. You don't need to set this one up because this one's a button. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you do need to set it up. Sorry. 50. There you go. Hit R1, save. Always save, guys. I've lost a lot of shit by not saving before, so always save. Alright, that's it. Alright, let's try it now. Let's try it again. Left D-pad, and then you're going to push up. There you go, and down. However, when you let go, you're going to notice that it goes back down, and then when you press it goes up again. It's weird. The reason it's doing that is because we forgot to do one thing. This is why testing is important, guys. Again, bear with me here. I know it's a tedious process, but you guys got to pull through it, okay? Mixture. Key value of disabled axis. Propeller pitch. Key value of disabled axis. Oh shit. God damn it. Sorry guys, hang on. I fucked up. There you go. That's good. Okay. Key value of disabled axis. Key value of disabled axis. Everything has to have... God damn it, I did it again. Oh, and now I deleted that. Oh, shit, that was annoying. Yes, add. RPM controller turbocharger. Sorry, guys. Jesus fuck, I'm doing this too quick. Minimum, blah, 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 yes. Key value disabled axis, enabled axis, left D-pad. Dead zone, no. Relative control, yes, please. Take it to 50 and pull this on 5. There you go. We don't need that. I screwed that up again. There you go. That's good. And we don't need that. Okay, now it should be good. Hit R1, save, overwrite, click yes, then go back into the game for testing. Okay, now it stays at 65. So, okay, automatic is still enabled. Sorry. My view is not working. Okay, let me see. Okay, so the propeller pitch. I'm sorry. The radiators are not working. Let's see why. Toggle. Oh, I screwed it up. I put the down D-pad. I'm sorry, guys. Here. There is that. Make sure that it's left D-pad and R3. There you go. Left D-pad, guys. Remember. Manual engine control. Alright, so my recording ended abruptly there. Sorry, guys. Let's resume real quick. Okay. So anyways, make sure that toggle auto radiator control is set for R3 or, you know, left button R3. And save it. Please save it. Alright, there you go. Now alright, and I once more want to remind you guys that I had to cut out a lot of segments because of the simple fact that my PS4 can't render such long videos. Okay, please just follow the video as I'm going through it right now. In this section, I'm talking about setting up radar. And then hit X. Change radar mode. Oh boy. Okay. Touchpad and square. Change radar search mode. Touchpad circle. Change radar scope. Touchpad triangle. All right, never mind. We're actually doing this. Select radar target lock. Touchpad and then do R1. Lock target. Do touchpad plus R2. I'm not going to use this. Reload guns. Is that even something you need to use? I'm going to assume it is. Hit touchpad plus the options button. Toggle ballistic computer. Hit the touchpad and R2. I'm sorry, R3. R3. Alright, well, I actually can't believe I managed to do that. So that's a pretty big fucking accomplishment there. Okay. And I think that's it, guys. I'm pretty sure that works normally, so you can go and test it out with F4 Phantom or something. I'm going to hit R1, save it, YouTube set, and there you go. I may update this tutorial in the future, but for now, I really hope this helps you guys. I know it's maybe a little bit, so it's going to slow you down really fast, alright? It works. So if you're having a plane and you're having trouble landing, what you can do is when you're landing, like right now, I'll show you. What you can do is you can open up your radiator. Okay, hang on. Yep, you can open up your radiator all the way and then take your propeller pitch and put it at 100 and then just take power and reduce it to 0. Watch my speed. It's pretty effective to slowing yourself down. It slows you down really quick, as opposed to not using this technique. I'm probably not going to be able to make it in time there, but actually, I will, because I'm gonna fucking dip the nose. Come on. Just barely, but hey, it's a good technique and it works. Particularly works really good with bombers, because with bombers, you have, you know, the giant plane that has a lot of energy, and it's really hard to lose speed in a bomber without air brakes, and you can actually use this as an air brake. Pull your propeller pitch up to 100 and drop your propeller power to idle, and that's actually going to slow down your bomber really fast. So there's a little tip there for you. Anyways, I think that marks the end of this video. I really hope it was helpful, guys. Again, for the billionth time, let me know how much this helps you. I always like hearing that. And yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, and I will catch you guys in the next one. God bless all of you.